if that were to be the case. So
Well, that shouldn't be hard to get.
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm sure I can find one.
I'm sure you can. Yeah. Is my picture showing up?
No,
No.
you're it just says your name there.
Okay, how do I find my picture? Start video?
That's right.
Yeah, start video. You should be there, but
Oh, okay, good. I'm new to this.
All right, so like I said, we are live now, so I just want to officially call the meeting to order at 6:01, although we do not have quorum at this time. So we're gonna wait the 15 minutes. We don't anticipate getting it, but we'll wait our 15 minutes here and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things, and Andrew, I hope you guys can join us too, but if this meeting doesn't come together today, I'm hoping that we can get one scheduled for next Thursday and keep moving forward with some stuff. You get a haircut, Linda?
Oh yes, I went underground.
Yeah.
Well, my hairdresser does some services at home anyway. So they said it's not probably till about the 28th or the 26th or something. Yeah. And I'm going in the hospital on the 30th. I mean,
that's right. You've got that coming up.
Yeah, and then I'll have 2 weeks or 3 weeks after that I won't be able to do anything. So I said, I'll meet you in a dark alley somewhere. I'll meet you anywhere.
Come cut my hair at the park.
So I'll bring my hedge trimmers.
It looks good.
Thank you. It feels wonderful. It was so long for me. Anyway.
How have you been, Andrew?
Oh, I've been okay. It's been this has been a very busy time. Certainly at Municipal Council, we've had a lot of business in the past and a lot of business to come. That's people with very, very distinct views on the different issues. So trying to balance them all is always a challenge, but we've got to find the right balance. And
is the new town hall open yet?
It's not to the public at the moment because of the COVID restrictions. Otherwise, I think that you could, there's still some outfitting to be done inside the building.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
outside.
Yeah. No, actually, it looks, it does look like it's been transformed and looks a bit more modern. I mean, it looked pretty good before. Yeah. But now, you kind of feel a bit more expansive. It doesn't have as much of a cramped feel. So that's one change, but there's still a lot to come. There's still a lot of renovation left, but the public areas appear to be pretty much on par.
Good.
And I know, just for your benefit and for anybody watching, I'm happy, I'm happy to just exchange information if there's anything you want to know about. I'm very happy to answer any questions in the absence of other business being able to be done tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything that you were going to report on that you think is, important information for the board? Perhaps something that, I don't know if there's anything you wanted to update us on that may or may not be timely, or like I said, my goal is, if in the next 10 here we don't get quorum together, that we'll be able to get a special meeting turned around relatively quickly. I'd hate to see that many weeks go by in between our meetings.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess the main thing that we've been dealing with, one was on retailing cannabis. The town did decide to opt in. We were the last municipality in Essex County to do so. We did have the representatives of the wholesaler, so the Ontario Cannabis Store, who came in and identified what protections that they put on for any stores opening up. So there was a certain amount of certainly a good understanding of what the process is in the back end for someone to actually open up a store and what they have to go through. So that was very encouraging. And also, I'd say it's an opportunity that this pandemic has brought forward, that we're actually using Zoom. We wouldn't be able to have people who are in the know like that very easily without being in a virtual setting. So, getting the vice presidents of the corporation there to speak and have a thorough understanding of the background, that's something we haven't been able to enjoy before. And it was very nice that was able to be accommodated. And so for the future, even for here, if we have a BIA meeting, and now like the Canadian Chamber of Commerce or whoever, or OBIA, they now have a window to attend our meetings very easily. So
Absolutely.
it's so that I'd say that's the biggest one of relevance to the BIA.
I've already heard, I've got a few business contacts, including one of which I represent on the dark side. So I've been hearing some mutterings already of businesses that are eager for that approval. So we'll see what that.
Well, I mean, I know in many ways it's a growing business, but also there are a lot of stores in the region already. I'm surprised that the demand is there to sustain all those stores.
There's one on every corner.
That's what I've said is so, a friend of mine who's a business owner out there was picking my ear, and I think looking to try to make a change into that area. And the one piece I said, it's just a saturated market right now. They seem to be popping up absolutely everywhere. And quite frankly, there's really established franchises popping up as well, right? So for the small independent popping up next to some of these, bigger franchises, I wish them luck. I really do. I can't. I'm with you, Andrew. I can't see really the sustainability to this many, but hey, I hope it's out there. It's a new business opportunity for many. So
yeah, I mean, one that seems to be flying is it's called Fire and Flower, and it's owned in part by Circle K.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Max Milk.
So they have they have that scale of and that experience with national setups. So yeah, I would say we may very well see this revert to something more traditional, where there's a lot of franchises or a lot of national chains that go into this, and we may not see a lot of them mom and pop type stores. So there was that. We also appointed a rural broadband advisory committee. So there is a mix of persons from all parts of the municipality, but the internet isn't great everywhere, and so this was an opportunity to try and find ways to improve whatever form that may take. And so yeah, that was brought forward. And the main issue that we've had was the development at the Victoria School. That one was a bit, I'll call it, we've received a lot of feedback. In the end, town council decided to ask for some changes to somewhat reduce the scale of it, and totally voluntary on the part of the owner, because he doesn't have to. There are other options available, but the hope is that there might be something that might be on balance, something that the neighbors might be able to live with. But we'll see. Ultimately, every owner has a vision of how they want their project to go. If you're a homeowner, you have what you want your house to look like, and it's just everyone has decisions, and ultimately you make the decisions you make. Everyone has rights, and everyone has responsibilities, and some of them are legislated and some are not.
Okay, Andrew, what if he does it? I think the proposal now is for 4 floors, right? And the homeowners, people around them want it reduced to 3 floors?
No, there was a single 3-story building.
Okay.
And the rest were all 2 stories.
Oh, okay.
So that one, there was continued opposition. He had removed one 3-story building, So it was, the number of units wasn't shrunk, but the size of the units was shrunk.
Okay.
So so that was one accommodation. There were several accommodations that the proponent had made,
Okay.
but they were not they didn't reduce the potential number of people living there. And I think that, you know, ultimately that plus the height of the 3-story when there weren't other 3-story buildings around really influenced the town council's ask to revisit some of those decisions by the developer. So that was so we shall see.
Yeah.
Ideally, we'll get something back at the next meeting as to whether there's a possibility there or not. But if not, then, you know, ultimately can't defer a decision forever. You got to just make one, and for better for worse.
The two that are going up now, the one there on Southfield by the TD Bank and the one across the street, the old Rygate, what's it called now? The Urban?
Yeah, the urban suites.
They look like they're sitting right on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
They're so close to the road. There's no like bang, you're there.
Yeah, that's totally by design. The CIP calls for like one of those classical downtowns, or at least to try to get there, and that really means that buildings are built almost right up to the property line. That there are, you know, as envisioned, there is some green space that would be incorporated once the full CIP is in place.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're responding to the design that had been approved for Tecumseh Road.
Sure. Yeah. It just seems like there's nothing in front of them other than the road.
Yeah, and so that's, I think there was the original iteration of that building had, I thought it was a little bit of commercial space in the front, but they've deleted it.
When it was the Rygate, there was supposed to be the first floor, wasn't there supposed to be commercial?
Yeah, I thought there was.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember if I reported it last meeting, but there was another approval next door to that. So there's another building which is going to be pretty comparable, different owner, but it was they requested they already got the rezoning years ago.
Yeah.
More on speculation of it being a multi-res, but we finally saw the design, and so that was approved.
That's great news.
And then there's prospect for the next lot as well. So where the tie-in palace is at.
Okay.
The owner of that property is the developer of this one. So he said long term there's a definitely consideration to change that property over to a multi-residential.
That was the old Compo house, wasn't it? The blue and white house?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
They're the only ones that I remember that had lightning rods on their roof.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice to see that kind of development happening right in Maine, you know?
Well, more people means more customers. You get to sustain an economy close to home.
Absolutely.
Rather than have a lot of commuting that's unnecessary. I mean, just working from home, I really don't miss the commute at all.
Yeah.
It's just okay. That's an hour, if not more, of your day. That's just not productive time, and so maybe this is a turning point where people will say, you know what, I mean, especially if companies continue to allow working from home.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big part, right? Is employers finding ways to measure, trust the productivity. I think that's a big thing, is that there's so many employers still that wonder, are they getting everything done? But there's things you can put in place. There's certain VPNs, there's stuff you can do so that your staff is working. I agree with you. I hope more employers, get on board with, and it's not for everybody. I know some people, their moms, their husbands home, the dog's barking. They don't
Kids
like
are
working
home.
from home.
Yeah.
Well, it really is a double-edged sword. I sit on one board with someone who owns a restaurant in downtown Toronto, and it's been closed for a year plus, and they don't see an opportunity to come back. But that's the thing, like the downtown traffic, it may be permanently gone, short of people living in that neck of the woods. But on the flip side, living in Tecumseh now, those businesses that are open 9 to 5, that I could never get to because I work in downtown Windsor. Now I can actually go and patronize them.
Yeah.
So, it kind of works both ways. So we'll see how it fleshes out.
Yeah.
I drove out to the county on Friday and it was so nice going through Essex and seeing all the restaurants with their patios out front.
Oh yeah.
And they were packed, because they've all made their patios bigger, and then going into Kingsville and Leamington, it was really nice to see.
I have to say, I give it up for the restaurant, the bar industry. Man, they have gotten creative.
Yes.
A lot of BIAs and different areas have helped, downtown Windsor, Ottawa, Erie, with those parklets and the different things that are happening. But man, people got creative, and I love to see it. I love to see the creativity for business and promotion, different things. It's like those poutines and whatever, and they would come, they'll play right at your this is great. I gotta give it up to people that really thought and came up with some creative solutions to do the best they could during these times.
Yeah.
Jules, are you there?
I am.
Hi. Okay. I couldn't see or hear you. So just a heads up. Guys, we're 6:17. As I stated in the email, we had the appropriate regrets, and we knew we wouldn't have quorum, but of course, for the bylaw, we called the meeting to order at 6. We've waited our 15 minutes in hopes for anybody out there watching. I hope somebody's watching. We're hoping to have a rescheduled meeting soon, so please do stay posted. Hopefully by end of week, we can reschedule and have this meeting come out. So Jules, I did send an email as well. If you guys can get back to me at your earliest convenience, we're just hoping if we can get appropriate quorum for next week. We'll wait until I get that email back before we post anything official, just so that we don't keep our members up and down.
Would it be next Wednesday? Would it be next Wednesday again?
I'm looking to try to do next Thursday. Next Wednesday doesn't work for me.
Okay.
I've just asked if people can give me a yes or no. Otherwise, perhaps we can look to the following Wednesday. But I do want to get ahead of a few things. The office being closed for a few days in the beginning of July. A few other areas, committees. One of the things we forgot was to actually make a motion on those committee members. So I'd like to get some of that stuff done so we can hit the ground running. We've got some projects. We're ready to move, and let's see how that goes. So if everybody can take a look at their emails and let me know, I'd appreciate it. For now, there's no motion needed to close the meeting. We do not have quorum. So I thank you guys for attending with me and catching up a bit. And for anybody out there watching, please stay tuned as we will reschedule ASAP in hopes to have some updates for everybody.
Okay. Stay safe, everybody.
Well, we logged in because we saw that you said you're going to be on for 15 minutes, and I didn't want you to be lonely.
Oh, Jules, you're fantastic. So did Andrew and Linda. So thank you guys so much for keeping me company. It would have been a pretty boring 20
Staring at the
for
screen.
anybody that was hanging out with me. So thanks, guys. Let me know via email. We'll figure things out. And if there's anything you need in the meantime, let me know.
Good.
Have a
Okay,
good
thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.